Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Well, you don't need me to tell you how things have changed in the last few days. This is my portfolio. I was up 13%, or was it 9% yesterday? I beg your pardon, and 4.97%. So 13% in 2 days. I've tripled the market and tripled Warren Buffett. It's no surprise. However, you need to be very, very careful and pick your stocks very, very carefully. There's no doubt about it. Several of our stocks are about to explode. They're already doing it. The signs are already there, but there are some warning signs. There are some stocks to buy, some stocks to hold, some stocks that you shouldn't be chasing at all. So we're going to cover all of that in this video. This is a really, really important live show. And then after this, we're going straight, of course, into our Virgin Galactic party as well. Going to have a lot of fun. We've got the beer on hand, the chips, and we're going to be celebrating. It's going to be a very, very exciting day. This rally is just beginning. Tio Roll, is this rally just starting? Yes, it is. But only, warning, only if you are correctly placed. If you are buying everything and you are doing it the wrong way, you will lose money. So I just want everyone to be fully aware, fully prepared for what is about to happen. I've got no doubt about it. 2.5 years reading the information, talking to the right people, studying is now about to pay off. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. Right, let's get straight into it. If it's your first time here, click subscribe and ring the bell. I'm going to give you all the information of what the stocks you should be in, ones you shouldn't be in, and the strategy I am following. So there we go. Tap the like button, share it. We've got people just coming in now, so tap the like button. Let me know you are here. Come into the chat. We are open at the moment to the general public. We're not going to be open to the general public all the way through the show. We're going to go members only in a minute because a lot of people are going to want to ask a lot of questions, and I have to prioritize my members. They are the ones that keep these live shows going, right? Okay, here we go. Virgin Galactic. 187. Now, what we've seen here this afternoon might scare a few people because we had a little bit of a sell-off just there. And I was looking to see who was selling. I was talking to investors online. Remember that we do have the world's biggest collection of retail investors following this show. 95% of the retail shares of Virgin Galactic are my audience. 100%. Okay, we had all the images sent in. We know how many shares. We had a good indication, did some calculations. So I know who's buying. I know who's selling. I know who's buying on the inside. I know who's selling on the inside. I know where the interest rates are going to go, or I believe where they're going to go. I'm very confident of that, though, and I'm very, very excited about what I'm seeing here. So this is good. Let's go through some other stocks because you need to look at the overall thing. A short squeeze is not just on one stock; it revolves around other outside metrics, and you remember the GameStop situation. You know how it takes some time to build momentum. Doesn't happen overnight. Palantir shows you a lot, teaches you a lot. With Palantir right now, I am out of this stock because I want all of my available money, margin, the lot, to be able to jump all over Virgin Galactic. We've got, I've currently gotten somewhere in the region about $50,000 of margin available to me. Palantir is a great stock, a great company, and for the first time, Wall Street are taking it seriously. However, because FOMO is coming in now, this is where the element of Virgin Galactic, this is the whole Virgin Galactic show. I'm just going through all the different things. We've got massive amounts of FOMO. This is an example of it. Yesterday, we did the review of Palantir. I showed you exactly the balance sheet, the numbers, the inside trading, the margins. Palantir is great. However, it's a $9 stock. Yes, it's going to grow. Yes, it's going to be, massively up from here. I don't know what the number would be, but massively up from here. However, people are overbuying it because they want a high growth stock, because the favorites, Amazon and Apple, aren't going to do it right now. Where are they going to turn? They're going to turn to Virgin Galactic. They're trying Palantir. This was heavily shorted, heavily put down stock, but it wasn't. It doesn't justify this price right now. Virgin Galactic does, and Virgin Galactic deserves a $10, $20 price. So they're going to go here. If we look at the S&P, the S&P is up today 1.27, which is great. However, I've got stocks today up 20%, and over the last couple of days, 20, 30%. This is not, this tells you that the S&P will run out of steam in the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a rally. There's going to be, historically, September, November is always good. We didn't get much of a Santa rally this year. We're going to get one, no doubt, but the S&P will run out of steam. There'll be nowhere for it to go. It's too hot right now, too expensive. Amazon is only up 0.5% and it keeps dumping. People keep trying to pump this up. This isn't going to work. Amazon is too expensive, vastly too expensive. You can't make a 10, 20, 30% increase on this year. No way. Whereas Virgin Galactic, you could make a 3x in days. So this isn't worth putting your money in. Apple is struggling to turn green today. Bad earnings. We've now got the interest rate coming down. No question about it. But remember, the economy is 6 months ahead, 6 months behind the stock market. We are now feeling the pressure with the consumer. Apple have to reduce prices. Apple's margins are being cut. We're losing gross profit. We're losing profits and margins. Apple is going down. You can't make money this way either. This is nothing. You can't make it there. You can make it on solar, Next Era Energy, and Enphase. Enphase, one of the best value stocks, 100%. That's why I went all in on margin with Enphase. 100%. Enphase is massively oversold. I was down 80%, 50%. Now I'm down 19%. Phenomenal. Kept going in and going in and going in. This is 100%. Coca-Cola has been rallying the last couple of weeks, as is J&J, two stable portfolios which are designed to be defensive. One was oversold because of the price of sugar. The other was oversold because of the issue around litigation with the talcum powder. This is slowing down now. Even though we've had a nice rally today, it's slowing down because this isn't going to do it either. This has got as high as we're going to get this year. But this is Coca-Cola and J&J, even though they're part of the S&P, are better value right now because both of these were oversold, massively put down. Jim Cramer talks rubbish half the time. Said everyone dump your J&J. 5 minutes ago, he said everyone should buy it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's in it, whatever. Talks rubbish. J&J and Coca-Cola are the best part of the S&P right now. So the S&P is not the way to go. But this is your defensive. Also Kenvue. So what we've got now, we've got a desire for a rally. We have got the only space commercial company in the world with Virgin Galactic. We are 5 days away from a great earnings. And when I say a great earnings, I do not mean they're going to announce a fantastic price for Virgin Galactic and everything's going to be a beat. What they are going to do is tell us, and I'm very sure of this, that Delta is accelerating. Their cash burn, because interest rates are going down, will be extended. So it'll take longer to burn out their cash. So we've got a much, much longer runway. And also they are cutting costs. So we're going to see, I think, an improvement in the revenue for Virgin Galactic. Also, we've got sentiment improving everywhere. We've got no insiders selling Virgin Galactic at all. I can share that information with you. I'll do that in a second. And there's no doubt in my mind that with another couple of days, because the earnings is on the 8th, which is in 5 days' time, midweek, by Wednesday, we could, I don't know, but the start of the short squeeze could begin. We're just warming up. If they report a reduction in costs and a quicker road to profitability, because of the nature of the rally that's starting to gain momentum, because you can't make it in Apple, you can't make it on the S&P, that's going to run out. Where are people going to go? They're going to go on Virgin Galactic. I am absolutely confident of that. And we're going to see a rally. We're going to see a short squeeze. Now, I have only ever had a target in mind of $200,000 on my portfolio. I visualize it. I manifest it. It's in my head. I've got no visions of any more. I'm not looking for anything else. So I'm not going to buy millions of shares of Virgin Galactic over the last, even though I could buy a lot more. Over the last few months, I've been lowering my averages, making lots and lots of micro profits, because I want to be able to hold the stock all the way to $100 without any fear whatsoever of any kind of dilution or price reduction. So I'm going to hold this all the way, and no issue with that whatsoever. So I don't need to buy millions of shares. I'm just going to hold it. My portfolio is being held up by Coca-Cola and J&J. I've got $2,500 a year now of dividends. Only a few months ago, it was 300. Now it's $2,500 a year. I am all in on margin. I don't care, 8%. We know that interest rates are going to come down, and it's about to go bonkers. So I'm very excited. I'm going to share with you some metrics. A minute. Let me first of all. Now I put this out. Let me just check if everyone has already seen this. If everyone's already seen it, there's actually no point me showing it. Let's have a look. Have you seen it yet? That video has just come out, so you've seen that. All right. Just checking if everyone has already seen the information, or so I don't need to do it again. Okay. No, not everybody, not yet. Right. This is one of the things that's been driving Virgin Galactic down. Negativity around the stock. People with no insight or understanding of the business. There's always those sort of people that try to short everything. You're going to get completely crushed in a minute. And I'm going to enjoy watching that happen, by the way. I don't mind admitting it. But we want to just look at this. I did post this a few moments ago, but on my video. But I've been watching closely, studying very, very closely the news of the sentiment. And we can see there's been a lot of negativity around Virgin Galactic over the last 90 days. But you can see now this has fallen away very dramatically. That's the last 30 days. The last 7 days, it's gone completely. It's just now positive and neutral. But today, it's gone just all positive. There's just a tiny bit of neutral. I want to also share with you, that's great. I want to share with you the inside trading for Virgin Galactic. The last transaction was back on November the 10th, 21. So despite what everybody tells you, there isn't actually any insiders selling the stock. There was a big story about Sir Richard Branson selling out and so on and so forth. And we can see here he sold a 10% owner. This was Sir Richard Branson. This was at the Virgin Investments. Sold 300 million. But that was back in 2021. Well, I would have done the same when it was up at $35 as well. Absolutely right thing to do. Richard Branson still owns around about 15%. Personally, this is just the Virgin Investments. As you can see, there's been no insider trading of buying and selling for up to 12 months now. We have had some selling from Michael Cole Glazier. We've reported on that. It's just been tax transactional positions, which he probably doesn't even know about. It's just a setup as an automated, just part of his portfolio. But these aren't people selling out their stocks. So we've had no inside trades now for a year. I've got a couple of questions coming in. Let me have a look at it. What is it here? Let me just read some of these comments. I don't want to miss anybody. The rally is just starting. Yes, it hasn't even started. And just to put it into context of how much we've seen Virgin Galactic rally, in a month, it's up 14%. In 1 week, it's up 31%. Now, that is very significant in a depressed market. In 1 week, it's up 31%. Let those numbers sink in a minute. I don't know if that means a great deal to you, but in the current market that we are in, and when this began, we thought interest rates were going to go up. This is a very, very encouraging number. Hello, everyone, says Mike. I hope it's not good. I hope it's not too good to be true. No, not at all. There's no doubt in my mind, 100%. Kai Shand, evening Martyn, you look very happy in your video earlier. Really enjoyed it. Really loving the info today. Kai Shand, welcome to you, Kai. Did I get your face looks familiar and your name looks familiar. Did I reply to a comment from you on the comments in one of the videos earlier? I'm sure that you actually sent me a comment. You look familiar and your name looks familiar. Anyway, hi all. Is the heads okay? I do feel a bit rough actually, to be honest. I didn't eat anything, so it wasn't very good. Stephen Lewandowski, hi everyone. Good evening, family. MSK Martyn. Earlier today, during day trade of the day, Seth Hewson claimed to be up 16% on his portfolio, but he also said it's because of space, ABR, and ChargePoint. Okay, but none of those stocks went up 16%, so it's impossible that his portfolio went up 16%. I guess it is, yeah, I don't know. Unless he had some options, he was options trading or whatever. But I must admit, Seth has had some very high numbers recently. Remember, I did react. I went, that's a lot. But it does sound a bit extreme, I have to admit. But we take our members, for what they say. We will discuss that with Seth when he comes in and see if we can clarify that. But I don't think Seth is deliberately doing it. I think he's just mistaken about what overall portfolio increase and decrease means. You could be right. I was quite surprised by the number. You're right. Do you TBI? What's TBI? I have no idea what that is. It makes sense that it is going up after all these months of only going down. Not really. We're not going to say Virgin Galactic is going up just because it's been going down, Raman. That is not the reason. We've explained already what the reasons are. That is not the reason. He might have leveraged, but I might be wrong. Well, absolutely. I'm all in on margin with it, so that may be it. I didn't want to bring it up, but I felt it was important to be open and transparent and help educate the community. You're absolutely right, and we will question it when he comes in. It's very important. We want everything to be absolutely accurate, right? No, you're dead right. You're dead right. For someone buying in on space, would buying some now be advisable or wait? Right. Well, that's a very good question. A very, very good question, and I'm not surprised that someone has asked that. Am I getting through all the questions? Am I missing everything? I've got to make sure I'm getting everyone's questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go members only. I have to focus on the members, Kai. So I'll try and come back to you. I need to be focused on the members. I've got too many questions at the minute. Liam Laffey, oh, that's true. Could be using margin, I suppose. Absolutely. I'm all in on margin, and that's why my profits are up. We need to explain that. That's very important. Some people don't understand that. Right, look. I am all in on margin. Keep telling you, right? No surprise. I've gone all in. Now, when you buy on margin, your value of your portfolio, 38,000, doesn't change. If you spend $1 million on stocks and you've got $38,000, you've still got $38,000. Your balance will only go up or down by the profit or the losses of the stocks you've bought on margin. That's it. So if you've got $1 million of stocks on margin and $38,000 on stocks like I have here, your gain, your percentage gain could be 300% because it's 300% of your balance showing on the screen. Whereas if it was 1,038,000, it would be probably 30%, 40%, or whatever it might be. But it would be hundreds of percent, wouldn't it? Because it's going on the basis of your balance on the screen. Because remember, you still owe that money. If I sold all the stocks you have on margin right now, I sold every single stock on margin, I would still have $38,000. So my gains, the gain today of $1,500, the gain of $3,000 yesterday, is because there's a lot more stocks in the background that are earning or losing money. As it happens, they're making money, but they're not part of my balance. All that's part of my balance is the profit and the gain. So yes, he could have very well, like me, have masses of profits because everything is rallying. So he could have a huge percentage because it's based upon the whole amount of his stock, not just the amount you have on the screen. So if you use margin, it amplifies your gains, but amplifies your losses. The value of the stocks don't suddenly go on because they are not owned by you. If you have $1 million worth of margin and 38,000 like I have here, I have 1,038,000. If I then put in $1 million cash or sell or bring whatever, transfer money in, my balance will go up. The percentage will start getting smaller because it's a percentage over a larger amount. Make sense? Okay. Okay, Gene, check out 100 coin. Okay, Gene, thank you for that. We've got Sensei Crypto to take care of our crypto. Thank you very much for your suggestion. MSK, congratulations on the new job. Yes, indeed. You did. I thought so. Thank you. You're very welcome. I still think another big mighty sell-off is coming this Christmas. Want to have some cash on side? Thank you, Gene. For someone wanting to buy space, would you advise to wait? I'll come back to you if I've got time. I have to focus on the members right now. He could have margin enabled. That's right. MSK, yep. Thanks, bro. It's basically a new project under my company. That's amazing. Well done, mate. My Amazon is up nicely. I keep forgetting about it as I don't hold it in my trading account. It's held with Morgan Stanley. Do you mean Morgan Stanley? Wade Van Eisen. Right. We've got through all the questions for the minute. So we're going to see if I can answer some non-members' questions for a second. I also want to show you this. This is the moment sentiment changed with Virgin Galactic. This is the actual moment it did. This is a month or so ago, but it was this video and it was this moment that started to wake the world up to Virgin Galactic. Let me share this with you.
Launching a successful trip to the edge of space. Taking off this morning from New Mexico, the flight had a crew of 6 people, including 3 civilians who either bought or won tickets.
All right, we've all seen this.
It's the first time.
What we want to look at is the reaction from this guy. You all remember the guy with, I believe it was Parkinson's disease. I think so.
That the commercial human spaceflight company has actually flown passengers, civilians.
There's the gentleman back there. This was the moment that people started to realize the life-changing experience that would come through Virgin Galactic.
To space. They experienced 3 minutes of weightlessness before descending back to Earth. The company aims to fly the spacecraft on a monthly basis. Joining us now exclusively, Virgin Galactic CEO Michael Colglazier. Michael.
You want to play any music? Here's Michael Colglazier.
Thank you, Morgan. This is an excellent day here at Spaceport America.
I'm sure. So I guess just give me the headlines in terms of today and what it means for whether you've set a date already for your next flight.
Of course, this is old news right now, but it's important to reflect this was the moment it started.
Yeah, this flight speaks to the heart of our company. Space has always been incredibly restrictive, and we're changing that. And the people that we flew today, we created 4 astronauts, including Kelly Latimer, our newest space pilot. And they're envoys back to their communities, back to all the people who watch them.
Just want to show you just a moment. We got stocks now just going into the power hour, just starting to sell off a little bit. Can you see how my morning portfolio is coming down? But what I've just said, I explained right at the beginning of the video, Virgin Galactic isn't. Look here. See what I mean? The sentiment has changed. People are moving out of defensive stocks. They need to buy a growth stock. Palantir is too expensive. Amazon's too expensive. Apple's too expensive. This is where they're going to go. They can't buy SpaceX. Tesla's overpriced. This is the opportunity. And this is what I'm hearing. Let's go back to this announcement here.
To share this perspective of Earth from space. It was an incredibly emotional day. And it was a beautiful flight. And to your question, we're now going monthly. We've done 3 flights within the last 3 months.
Just to update, Virgin Galactic is actually going up. If you've just tuned in, we know that this is an older video, but there's a reason why I'm showing it.
We came down today. We always do some post-flight analysis, but right now our expectations is the next flight's going to be in reasonably early September and continuing monthly from that point forward.
And if you remember, we've started to reduce the cadence as well. It's not always a month, it's slightly less. It won't take long before we have 2 a month.
So we're very, very happy with today's flight and looking forward to continued space flights with Unity, which is the ship behind me. And then, of course, we're working to rapidly scale the fleet and build the business up.
Yeah, and I do want to get into all of that with you. You just said early September, though. I mean, you do have this backlog of about 800 people who are looking to fly to the edge of space with you. How are you working through that backlog and determining who makes up what crew?
And now on that point, and I think we're going to learn about this on the next earnings, we've started to see that they can actually bump up the more profitable, like we had the research flight, which was pushed up. That's good. They make more money doing that.
We have 800 super excited people today because they're all watching this flight. And we generally go in, I'll call it FIFO order, first in, first out. And each
but they can change it, and they have.
of the private citizens that are going to be flying with us have a number, right? And we will fly them in generally sequential order. Now, that private astronaut manifest also is accompanied by a parallel manifest that we use for research flights. And so about 10% of our seats we will use for microgravity research, governments and research institutions. And we'll intersperse those two. But you'll see Galactic 3 and Galactic 4 going to be private astronaut flights in September and October. I think November you'll see Galactic 5 as a research flight, and then we'll continue to move from there.
Yeah, now how does that speak to what you have forecast? Because you had earnings last week. So how does that speak to what you forecast in terms of $1 million expected per quarter, I think over the next 2 quarters for revenue? How do you get to those numbers?
So we are flying on Spaceship Unity as 4 seats. Our first few flights, we are flying one of our astronaut trainers on one to observe, did all of our ground training for the astronauts actually play out the way we wanted to in space. Looks like that's going really, really well. And eventually we'll fly 4 people on Unity. The Delta ships will fly 6 people. The people we fly have paid sometimes lesser amounts on their ticket because they bought the tickets 15, 16, 17 years ago. So like John Goodwin paid $250,000 for his flight. Research flights are about $600,000 per seat equivalent. And so the mix of those seats and the mix of those tickets determines our amount per flight. And so we, I think, guided about $1 million per quarter. This particular flight had 2 people who won their seat.
If you've just joined us, we are doing a Virgin Galactic special, and I'm 100% committed. A short squeeze is about to happen.
And John's was earlier. We'll do a research flight in the second quarter. That will be more money. So I think we'll probably be a little closer towards 2 for the second quarter.
Virgin Galactic launching a
There we go. Let me just come out of there a minute. That was that. I just wanted to share that with you, because that was the moment when we had that astronaut fly, when the sentiment changed. Now look again. Can you see? We're coming up to, it's Friday, sell-off Friday. Typically, Friday, we sell off with Virgin Galactic. You can see it as clear as day. The sentiment has dramatically changed with Virgin Galactic. The overall markets have changed. This morning, because of the unemployment figures and the non-payroll figures, we are now 100% confident of a rate cut in the spring. There's no more rate hikes. There's going to be no more rate hikes. So consequently, what we're now going to see is the markets rally all the way through in December. There will be some trimming off, bound to be, because it's tax season again. But in my opinion, a short squeeze is not just. In fact, someone has just asked me, can I break down a short squeeze? So we're gonna discuss that in a minute, give you an exact definition of that so you can fully understand it. But let me just see who's with us at the moment. Can everyone tap the like button, please? We've got, let's do that a second, because everyone's a bit quiet this afternoon. I don't know why. We need to get excited. A lot of people very, very lazy. Right, let's get on with this. Let's have a little look. 73 watching. 73 watch. Only 50% of people are actually signed into Google. That's just the way it is. So we get 99.5% up likes on our channel. We're very, very proud of that. However, only half can sign in, only half can chat, only half can engage, because for some reason people don't set up a Google account, and I've never understood why. Anyway, so we should be looking around about 35, something like that. We've got 26 right now. Let's get it up to 30, at least 30, if not 40. Tap the like button. Now, why I ask you to do that is if you like the video, it does, most importantly, it benefits you. Because if you tap the like button, you'll be shown my next video. If you don't like the video or you down like it, and that's fine to do that. If you don't like me, that's fine. I might not like you. Tap the down like button. You won't be shown my content anymore, and you can find something else you prefer. And that's good because you could go through life being happier. I don't mind. Please tap the like or the down like, but do something, okay? Wonderful. It's going up very quickly. And then you'll be notified of when I go live, as long as you've turned on the bell and done all of that stuff. This is great. About 39 likes now. That went up very, very quick. Thank you ever so much, everybody who took part in that. I really do appreciate it. All right, there you go. Look, 41, over half now. Absolutely fantastic. Right, that's good. Great. So let me show you, and we'll talk about in a moment. I'm not being able to keep up with the questions. We've got too many now, and I know everybody wants help, but I have to focus on the members because it's the members who fund the live shows, and I'm here to, my priority has to be to them. So let me go members only to answer everyone's questions. Otherwise, I just cannot serve my members to the best standards possible. Right, okay, where was I? Okay. Let me get through. My Amazon is up. Yes, agree. Yes, Morgan. Yes, Morgan, that's right. Grateful also for a simplified explanation of short squeeze. Okay. Come on, space, says Pokey Scrow. Martyn, tell us what you think a short squeeze is, like to what price? 100% up or more. So you think we've hit bottom, says Martyn 1988. Martyn reckons a 30% increase, but he may have changed his opinion now. Let's have a look. Just arrived. Buckaroony, welcome to you. I agree. Sentiment has changed. We are realizing the potential of government-associated revenue and credibility, I think that is. Do you still think Bitcoin is going? Yes, I do think Bitcoin is going to 15,000. Yes. Okay, so how's Virgin looking at a new program with where it stands? Careful, Martyn. History had a habit of repeating itself. You were convinced of a Santa rally last year, and we had the mightiest sell-off. But what happened in January? The bull market started, and I went up like I made 23% on my S&P. No. Where was I? I was up. I started in January, and by June I was it 23% up my portfolio? So we did have a Santa rally. Yes, it went up, it dumped, and then rallied again. It did, and I was up. I took 38% out of Amazon, 25% out of Apple, and I took 50% out of Microsoft and 50% out of Google, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, my overall portfolio was dragged down though by Virgin Galactic, which makes sense. Everyone was buying the old school, the old guard, but Virgin Galactic was being dumped. Now it's the opposite. So we need to be very clear of that. Right, let's go through and see what's happening, and you can see my portfolio. Let's first of all share with you what's going on. We can see I'm up today 3.84. My Roth IRA is just falling away. That's Coca-Cola now being dumped to defensive stocks and moving it into growth stocks. Where else are you going to put your money? Virgin Galactic, the AI is overbought. $53,000, just under $54,000 now, all from 5,000. Right, let's go through and you can see what I'm saying. Virgin Galactic on a Friday night is up 9.4%. What do you want to see? 31% this week. What do you need to see, folks? I don't know what you need to see. We've got short interest increasing. I've just been checking that before I came on air, and those contracts expiring. So next week we could see some the short squeeze start to kick in. Remember, it doesn't happen overnight. Remember, GameStop took some time. Palantir overbought That can't. It's just going up and down, up and down. That's going to be sold off. I'm sure of it. Gold, no reason to buy that right now. The S&P is up 1.1%. When you think how much some of my stocks have rallied today, that's not very much, right? Amazon, trying to buy the old guard, buying and dumping. No, there's no point. There's no money here to be made. This is too expensive. People aren't going to pay anything. People will pay anything for Virgin Galactic like Tesla because it's new and exciting like Binky Bonk coin and Bitcoin. They'll pay anything for it if they feel a FOMO and they're getting left out. The real money, the big institutions, the ones that move the markets aren't going to do that on Amazon, are they? No, because it wouldn't make any sense. It's already expensive. They're not going to just keep buying and buying. Retail investors are the ones who are going to create the short squeeze. That's what happened in GameStop, right? Institutions tried to short the stock. Everybody started buying it and it squeezed and it went up. That's what's going to happen with Virgin Galactic. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get a short squeeze Amazon. There's no massive growth here. We can see it. People are trying to buy it and dumping it, buying and dumping it. You can see it. Apple, it's been red all day. Apple, one of the best companies in the world, has been red all day after earnings. People are trying to buy it, but it's just not going anywhere. It's just not going to move. Next year, energy. This is being oversold again, by the way. This is ridiculous, but people are doing what they're doing. Enphase Energy, everyone said I was mad for buying it at 71. That's held up. Now look at that, up 2.46% today. Think of the sentiment here. This is a growth stock. This is like Virgin Galactic. This could short squeeze because this has a huge growth potential, and anyone who knows anything knows there's no growth in this company at all for 2 quarters. For 2 whole quarters. Nevertheless, people are buying it because they know it could short squeeze. Because they know in 2 quarters, maybe less now, we could see the pivot. No more rate hikes. That's the big news. That's the big news. No more rate hikes. Soon as that happens, soon as you get the signal that we've got no more rate hikes, it's the time to buy a house. Because if you buy a house today, house prices are down because interest rates are high. But the next thing is a rate cut. So you don't wait until the rate cuts, because if you wait until the rate cuts, the houses are going to go rocketing up. So the houses that have solar on them, it's the same thing. You spend a lot of money on a house, you spend a lot of money on finance on solar, yet it's holding up. It's up 2.5%. Much more today than Amazon and Apple, because the economy is 6 months behind the market, right? People are buying what's going to happen next, not what's happening today. So they're buying this knowing, like I do, in 2 quarters, this is going to double in price. 100%. Governments are backing solar. Environment is getting worse. We need solar. Governments are backing it. This is the company that's going to stay around and not go anywhere. They've got plenty of cash. Solar Edge and other companies are going to go bust. Possibly, maybe not Solar Edge, but some smaller ones will. So Enphase will take the business. So I believe that Enphase Energy is best placed, just like Virgin Galactic, when no one's buying Apple. When they're trying to buy Apple, it isn't working. They're trying to buy Amazon, it's not working. They have to go into high growth. So they're buying Enphase. They're buying Virgin Galactic. Look, it's still not coming down. On a Friday, at 15 minutes to the bell, it should be going down. Don't be surprised if it goes up after hours. It could. And if it goes up after hours, preparing for Monday morning, that's extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Let's see what happens. Let's look at other stocks. Oil's coming down now. Hard to make money out of oil. The only way you make money out of oil right now is buy it lower and lower, which is great. I doubled my position. I'm actually inclined to double again because now it's a beat up stocks. Oil is nobody wants oil right now. So if you buy oil now, if I buy another $2,500 worth of oil, right? I will go just 3% down. Well, the dividend, I think, is it $1.57. I think it's $1.50 or something like that per share. So I could actually end up just earning money on the dividends, waiting for oil to improve. That just shows you our sentiment has changed. Tesla is interesting because Tesla is a growth stock with the Cybertruck around the corner. However, that's only up 0.35% today. You're not making money on Tesla. Why? Because it's overbought. It's overexpensive. It's too rich. So where do you go? I repeat, Virgin Galactic, it's undervalued. Not on today's revenue, it's not, but like Enphase, it's the future. We only need to get to the spring and rate cuts, and off we go. Virgin Galactic's $5, $6, $10, and there's no stopping it then. There's nothing you couldn't stop it if you tried. What else have we got to demonstrate this? I got out of Tilray today. Robinhood going up because it's a broker, and retail investors are coming back into the space, and they're buying this. Why would you not? Because they're going to make a lot more money now, because more people are going to come into the market, more people are going to use margin, they're going to make money on that. We can all see where the brokers are going to go. It's obvious, and the retail investor that comes on Robinhood is all going to want to buy that. They're not going to want to buy. Amazon and Apple, and it comes across as too expensive. They're going to want to buy Virgin Galactic. They're going to want to buy space because they can't buy SpaceX. They can't buy Blue Origin. Who else are you going to buy? Well, you can, of course, buy Rocket Lab, I apologize, and I've got $4,000 in my brokerage account, and I was down like 20%. I'm now down just 2.8, waiting for the flights that are coming this year, FAA approval. When Rocket Lab flies and Rocket Lab doubles to $8, which it will, that will throw even more fuel on the fire of Virgin Galactic. So those two stocks, I'm working together. I buy them both. I've got $4,000, nearly $5,000 in that, and nearly $8,000 in this one. So about $12,000 in space right now. Okay. So anyway, somebody asked me what a short squeeze is. It was one of the NUM members a few moments ago. So let me try to explain that in sort of really, really basic terms. 8.3, 8.6, just looking what's happening here. Right. So essentially, this is what happens. In a short squeeze, it's exactly what the phrase is. The shorts get squeezed. That's what it means. So what we've got in the market, we've got the bulls and the bears. The bulls are buying. They have a positive sentiment. They believe stocks are going up. Bears believe the stock is going down. And you've got this constant battle between bulls and bears. If there wasn't any bears, stocks would just keep going up forever and the system wouldn't work. It needs to have bears because it drives the stock down, we buy dips, and it goes up. So you've got this constant battle between the bulls and the bears. Now, I actually think it should be outlawed. I don't like it. I'm all about positive energy, positive reinforcement, visualizing the future. I manifest all the time what I see, and it always comes true. I've always been successful. I've always achieved the goals in my life that I wanted to achieve just by hard work, commitment, belief, study, and never giving up. And always, I'm already there. I'm already at that result. Okay? So I'm very optimistic, right? And so I don't like the principle of being able to short stock. What is shorting? Shorting is when you are betting that the stock, using options and contracts and so on, you are betting on the stock going down. You're not buying the stock. You're not like me buying the shares, because if you bought the shares, you're bullish, because you wouldn't buy a stock that you thought was going down. There wouldn't be any point, right? A bull buys stock, a bear sells stock. However, a bear can also short the stock, just like a bull can believe the stock's going up and do options that way round. But a bear believes the stock's going down. So rather than buy the stock, because they'd be bullish, right? They want to bet on it going down. So they buy contracts betting that the stock price is going to go down. They buy a contract which they are predicting by a certain day, a certain time, a certain price, they believe the stock price is going down. Now, at some point, their contract will expire and they need to decide what they're going to do with that contract. Are they going to win because the stock went down, or are they going to be forced to buy the stock or they'll lose their money, right? So essentially what happens is they're betting it's going to go down. They're buying more and more contracts, expecting the market to go down. But if it doesn't, and as it approaches the expiration date of their contract, it starts to go up, they are forced to make a decision. Do I lose my money because I got it wrong, it didn't go down? Or rather than lose my money, I have to buy the stock. They tend to buy the stock. Otherwise, they'd lose money, right? So you've got the bulls buying the stock. You've got the bears buying the stock. And it goes all the way up like a champagne bottle, and it squeezes and pops out of the top and goes absolutely bonkers. And we saw that in GameStop when it went up and up and up. And basically, all the institutions that were betting that the markets were going to go down were forced to buy in. So the bulls are buying, the bears are buying, the stock can keep going up, and there's no stopping it. Eventually, of course, it bursts and it comes down. However, it can run for weeks and weeks like that and just keep rallying and rallying and rallying. And of course, people will take profit along the journey or whatever. But that's what I believe is going to happen with Virgin Galactic. Now, for that to happen, a lot of things have to happen. It's a very rare occurrence. It's not a day-to-day occurrence. People talk about short squeezes all the time like it happens every 5 minutes. It can't happen because I'm all excited about Virgin Galactic. I know I have the world's biggest, most 95% of all the retail shares are from people who view this channel. No question. We've done the research on it. When Roaring Kitty was behind the whole GameStop saga, he didn't have 95% of all the retail investors with him. Not even close. I do. So I know what the sentiment of the retail investors is. No question. They watch the show, they talk to me, they send me messages on Instagram and on X and emails, Andy Shovel, you know, all the people, so on. So I know what the retail investors are doing, who's buying, who's selling, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I can see from the institutions who's buying, I know the inside trading going on, all of that. So I can see the sentiment. So I also, because a lot of people want to see me look stupid and fail, they make themselves very public. You know the little silly Hobbit bloke yesterday? Remember him? There's people on Reddit. You want to go on Reddit and see the things that get said about me. It's crazy. These are sad little people that want to, I'm not knocking anyone who wants to short a stock. It's how the game works. It's like playing snakes and ladders and saying, I hate the snakes, right? You have to have the snakes. Otherwise you don't have the game. All right. So we need shorters in the game. Otherwise there's no game. Okay. But I don't like people who literally get up in the morning with the intent of spreading false information, like you've seen it about me. It's false information, trying to destroy stocks, trying to destroy companies, trying to put people out of business, trying to destroy companies, like we saw in 2008, the Michael Burry. We saw all of that. We saw people that were trying to drive the stocks down. However, then it was a very different thing. We had a short squeeze on the stock market, and everybody lost their houses. People took their own lives. It was awful. And a few people got rich. However, that was different because we had a few traders who were buying millions and millions and millions of contracts, betting on the stocks going down. We didn't have social media like we do today. These were traders and investors and very smart people. Now what we get is a few idiots in their millions online, on Reddit, making up stories, talking rubbish, and collectively they're very powerful. Very, very powerful. And those people all get together. Roaring Kitty was involved, and we know about the song, and I like it. I like the stock. We know about the music that came out, and we know about all the people sitting in their bedrooms making up nonsense and all ganging up together. And that's what created the short squeeze and completely crippled the hedge funders and so on and so forth. So that's the world we live in right now. And there's lots of people like that online trying to make me look silly, do the very opposite of what happened in Roaring Kitty. What happened there was everyone was trying to promote it. A lot of people in this case are trying to destroy it. They're shorting the stock. It's not the institutions this time. It's not the institutions like last time. It's the retail investor. They're trying to bring down Virgin Galactic. And they're all going to get crushed. And those people don't like me very much. They don't like me at all because I am the opposite. I am saying that the stock is going to explode. And all those retail investors, not hedge funds, but regular people, little Billy, little Joe, Uncle Jack, whoever they are the regular retail investor, just like you and I. They're the ones who are going to lose all their money. And they believe that Virgin Galactic is rubbish. And I can't even repeat the comments I get and all the stuff I get. Loads and loads, thousands and thousands of comments get filtered out because of the swearing and so on. So I know the negativity that's around this stock. And if it wasn't for me, quite honestly, because I am really the biggest voice on Virgin Galactic, if it wasn't for me, it would be crushed already. It would be down below $1. And even though I say that I am just a little voice and I can't manipulate a stock, I do have a certain amount of power. And the more I go live, the more I'm bullish, the more I declare 100% of a short squeeze, the more it pisses those people off. So they're trying harder to short the stock. Consequently, it's the very opposite of what happened with Roaring Kitty and GameStop, because rather than institutions getting crushed and the retail investor taking on the institution, what you've got is a great company and you've got retail investors who are trying to destroy it going against me, another retail investor. It's quite bizarre. However, what's going to happen this time is it's not going to be the institution that gets crushed. It's going to be the retail investor that gets crushed. Because what's going to happen at any minute, any day, any hour, any moment, the bell's about to go, by the way. In 20 seconds, we'll ring the bell. Ready? Let's ring the bell. What's about to happen is institutions are going to buy into Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic is going to go up, and the retail investor that tried to short it is going to get crushed. The bell has now gone. We are in after hours, and the stock is going up in the after hours. On a Friday night, the stock is going up. I don't know. Do you know, I don't know what else to say to anybody now. If you cannot see... Oh, hang on. So there's a few things. I didn't cover a few things. So I've explained about the short squeeze, who's doing what, how it's going to happen, who's going to get crushed. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for retail investors, because institutions will jump on this probably in January, and we're at $4 like that in 1 second, in minutes. So I can see it coming, because right now the value of the company is, the price you're paying is for around about the amount of cash that's currently on the books. Slightly expensive now at 150. That's where it was exactly the cash on the books at 185. Now, someone asked, is it a good time to buy it? Well, I'll put it to you this way. I am in no doubt whatsoever, 100%. I'm margined up. I 100%. Looking at who's buying, looking at what's going on, looking at the sentiment, looking at the people that are messaging me, seeing the hate out there to try and drive the stock down, try and destroy it. They don't like me. They don't want me to succeed. They don't want my viewers to succeed. They want to destroy the stock. They don't want to destroy the hedge funders. They don't want to destroy. They don't want to destroy institutions. They just want to make money trying to destroy the company, and they're going to destroy themselves. Is it the right time to buy it? Well, the right time to buy it was when I bought it at 150. That was the right time. That was the moment it was undervalued, dramatically undervalued. However, I have not gone all in and bought Virgin Galactic because I am buying a stock to go from 185 to 220. I am buying a stock at 185 with Rocket Lab as well to take me to $100. So I don't care whether I buy it at 2, 3, 5, 10, 20. Doesn't matter. And the big money, the real money, not us, the institutions, the big money will buy this at $10. They'll buy it at 10 if they know it's going to 50. No doubt about it. That'll be great. They can double their money, because institutions want to know that the path to profitability is laid out before them. They don't take risk the same way as a retail investor does. So it doesn't really matter, does it? If you buy it now, or at 2, or at 3, or at 4. However, if you're a retail investor, why not buy it at 185? Doesn't matter. It's all, and what will happen, it's statistically a fact over history, when it starts going up, people will buy it, which is ridiculous. I do, and always have done, the very opposite. And I am so tired of taking the time to answer people who say to me, oh, you'll buy it when it goes up. Oh, you'll buy Bitcoin when it goes up. No, I won't. Oh, yes, you will. Are you a bloody idiot or what? No, that's not investing. That's what you might do. And you know, when people say stuff, they say, you'll do this, or, you know, you're a liar, or you're a cheat, or whatever you might be. People say that because it's what they do. Always happens. People who are doing those things always accuse others of doing it. Have you ever said to your partner, "Oh, are you cheating on me? Have you lied to me?" It's because you probably do it, and that's what happens. So you might chase the stock, but I certainly won't. Never do that. I don't do that on any of my stocks, because I sit here 10 hours a day looking for the value of the stocks I want to buy for the future. I already know what I want to buy. I already know what I want to pay. And when it goes down, I simply buy more. That's it. That's all. I'm not looking to buy it when it goes up. Institutions do that, and retail investors do that. I don't do that. Not buying it at all. If I wake up on Monday morning and we're at $3, I'm not suddenly going to go, hey, let's start buying it. That makes no sense. I'm already in. So I hope that explains what a short squeeze is. But I'm going to wrap up today's show because we've had a fantastic week. One of the best weeks ever on my show and on my portfolio. It's only the beginning, though. There's lots of new exciting things for the channel and the software that I'm providing to you, and the resources and the charts and the analytics, not analytics, sorry, the inside trading information and so on. It's going to get better and better going forward. I have an astronaut going to be on my show, interviewed. I'm going to be interviewing Andy Shovel again, one of the top 10 retail investors in the world for Virgin Galactic. Lots of great stuff's coming up in the coming weeks with Virgin Galactic. So we're now going to, I think I got a couple more questions. Let me have a quick look. Let's have a look. I would like to hear Sensei's opinion. I'm sure you will. If Sensei was here, he'd call in, but he's not here. He'll be available on Sunday. What the charts are saying is going to happen in the markets over the rest of the year. Not interested in what the charts are going to say. I know Sensei will be, but I'm not interested in what the charts are going to say at all. Looks like space is crawling along a ceiling looks like space is crawling along the ceiling from October. What do you mean? How do you come to that conclusion? How do you come to that conclusion? It's up 13% in a month. It's up 30% in a week. What do you mean it's crawling along a ceiling? What do you mean by that, PokerScroll? I don't understand that. I was just looking at my purchase of Virgin stock. Lowest I bought was 139, 12,800 shares, but average is 165. Fantastic. Congratulations. That's great. Bring on the short squeeze. Martin is 8.53% tipsy. I'm not tipsy at all. Mike, hey, says Seth Houston. This week was a real winner. It was. Okay. Now then, we're going to wrap up there. That's the end of today's show. Looking back now at Virgin Galactic, we are selling off a little bit. It didn't rally into the closing hours. We had the same thing, and this is what scares people, right? This doesn't scare me at all. But last night, we had the same thing. We woke up, Virgin Galactic was down. It's healthy to see it drop. Not if it just drops and drops and drops. That's not healthy. But it dropped last night and then it rallied again today. What that means is we went 10 steps forward, 1 or 2 steps back, and people were prepared to buy at that point, and it rallied again today, as you can see. As much as I would like to see it keep going up in the after hours, which is bullish, it's also okay to lose 1 or 2% because people are selling and then they buy again. For example, I'll show you Amazon today. Very strong company, very profitable company. Buy, sell, buy, sell. You don't look at Amazon when it starts selling off and going, that's it, it's rubbish, I'm getting out of here, I'm giving up, it's all going down the toilet. This is healthy trading on a very profitable company. However, this stock isn't going anywhere. It's just going up and down around the same axis. Whereas Virgin Galactic popped up today, what was it, 8, 9%, 10%, and now it's giving up, what is it now, 1.34. Not concerned about that. It is Friday. It is after hours. I would have liked to have seen it gone up to start Monday. However, 1 or 2%, not bothered. If, of course, it goes right back down to where it was this morning, which was the 167, that's not so good. That's not the end of the stock. That's not the end of the story. However, it's people are trying to still short it. Short interest is going up. There's more and more people trying to short the stock and drive it down. And again, the more people that try and short the stock, the more it can explode if it just keeps going up. So we've got a bit of negative sentiment coming in end of the day. We've got a bit of selling pressure. Who cares? It's nothing. I'm not concerned. And if it keeps doing that and it keeps getting rejected and going up again on Monday, eventually the short squeeze will kick in. I told you it's around about $2 is when it will kick in. Not immediately, but that's when shorters will start getting worried that they're going to have to make a decision. Do I buy or do I lose my money? And that's the point it starts to really take off, because all those short contracts will expire. Everyone starts buying in, and that's when it starts going up and then really taking off. So I am standing by what I say. I've got no doubt about it in my mind at all that a short squeeze is 100%. Let's have a look. We hit the same ceiling at the start of October and mid-October. Lines up. Pokisgrow, we hit the same ceiling price at start of October and mid-October. Right? You're talking about last October. We hit the same ceiling price at start of October and mid-October. But that was before we knew that the interest rates were going to come down. That was before November is a rally and the Santa rally. That was before we knew 100% that rates are going to come down next year. That was before the earnings call, which is next week. So it's a very different scenario, Pokisgrow. Very, very different scenario. And don't always... I know a lot of people here love charts, and I understand them more than you can imagine. In between the shows, I read charts a lot. However, I spend most of my time talking to people at Virgin Galactic, as I do with all my companies, and I am very aware of where we're going. The charts are for people that don't spend hours a day researching and communicating with people. They just want to look at a chart and go, well, this is what happened in the past. This is what's going to happen in the future. Well, if that's your only way of investing, I think that's rubbish. So looking at a chart is fine, and we have chart as experts here, and Sensei does it all the time for me. Very, very good. It's nice to have that information as part of your strategy. But if you're only looking at a chart and going, it did this in the past, then you've got no idea of where it's going. You're just trying to repeat what happened in the past. That's a very, very bad way of investing. The hard part is to build relationships with people, find out who's buying, when they're buying, how much they're buying, what's on the balance sheet, how much debt, and looking at the future, not the past. I do not spend my time studying the past. I spend my time studying the future. And there is a perfect example of what I'm just talking about. Exactly. We are Friday night in the after hours with a massive rally over a week. Friday night always sells off. Always. Right? 29% up over a week. Okay? And I just said to you, it would be good. It's healthy to see a bit of selling. But look, there's a significant amount of buying there at the price of 182. This is exactly what I'm talking about. A few days ago, week or so ago, it was at 139, 150, whatever. Those people weren't buying it, but they're quite happy to pay 182. This is very, very bullish. On a Friday night, this is very, very bullish in the after hours. It got dropped. Somebody sold, but someone's now coming in prepared to pay 182 for the stock, which is what that is at that point there. That's very, very good. That's very, very bullish. So as much as I'd like to see it up today and short squeezing, we've got it. It takes time, and people are very impatient. But the fact that on a Friday night, with it going down, it went down in the after hours 1.5%, started to get bought back in again. Very, very good. Very, very good. And bringing everything else into play that I've said, this is extremely bullish on the stock. I've got no doubt about it. Anyway, I don't care. No, I don't care. It scares me. I don't really understand it completely. So too risky for me, Seth Houston. It's impossible that your portfolio went up 16%, bro. The three stocks you had mentioned that were the best positions didn't go up anywhere near 16%. This is MSK talking to Seth. We were questioning earlier whether Seth actually had the day trade position that he said he had, and we said you'd have to be on margin to do that. Anyway, so MSK is having that conversation with him. Best YouTube channel in the world. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you so much, mate. I really do. The stocks are basically my entire portfolio and the rest are crypto. So crypto also affects my day trader a lot. And it was at 16% at the time of day trader. Okay. Your overall portfolio. That's right. Okay. Right. It's time to get off. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. We are going to have some fun tonight because I am looking forward to a very relaxed weekend. And we're going to celebrate tonight. So I am going to... Can everyone tap the like button? We got 96 watching and 60 likes. Can you smash the like button, folks? Short squeeze. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this to happen. But you have to have patience. It's not going to happen in 5 minutes. What we're going to do now is going to do day trader of the day. Over the weekend, I've got a giveaway in my newsletter coming out. We're giving away some merchandise and some cash. Okay. I'm going to send. So if you want my newsletter, make sure you've signed up for that. Search your videos. That's weird. What's going on here? Right. Okay. Let me give you this a minute. This is where we're going to be in a minute. Oh, we've already got 7 likes to the Virgin Galactic party tonight, live on my music channel. Let me go here. Search. There we go. When this video finishes, it will go directly to there. I've given you the link. This is the party tonight. This is where we're going to be tonight. I've invited some astronauts. I've invited some big investors to join us. So you never know who's going to be in the chat tonight. It can be fun. Make sure you click on that and join me. We'll be live there in a minute. Going to finish this and go straight there. So join me for the Virgin Galactic party. Basically, we're going to drink beer. You can have dedications, songs, requests. You can phone in. You can have a laugh with me. We have a party. You can turn up the volume, put your big screen TV on, and we're going to have a live concert from behind me in the studio and have a lot of fun. We've got some friends joining us from Australia. They want to hear Men from Down Under. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you'll join me for that. All right. So that's coming up in a minute. All right. Virgin Galactic's trying to buy back up again. Love it. Okay. Seth, if you are a little bit confused by this, what you can do is you can call in live on the show. You remember the channel. You can call in live on the show via Discord, and we can have a conversation and find out exactly, because it's difficult communicating through the show on text. You know, I'm talking to you and I'm waiting for you to respond via text. What we can do is you can call in live on the show, be part of the show, and we can go through it all. All right? Okay. My brokerage was up 8% and my Roth was up 8%. Right, so you're not up 16% then. Right, your brokerage was up 8% and your Roth was up 8%. You put the two together, you're up 8%. Okay, you're not up 8% and 8%, so you're up 16%. All right, you're up 8%. It's your main portfolio, which can be your brokerage or your Roth, whichever's the main account. That's the amount you're up by. 8% and 8% is still 8%. It doesn't become 16% because the pie gets bigger, so the percentage is the same. If you've got 100 and you're 50% up, you got 50%. You got another 100 and you're 50% up, you're 50% up. Put the two together, you've got 200 and you're up 50%. You don't suddenly get up 100% because you got two 50%. All right? Okay. Oh no, I'm in the UK and it's not a complaint. Houston, I love all this channel. Martyn Lucas Investor. I don't know what the Roth situation did. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Seth Houston, don't you worry about it, Seth. Don't you ever apologize. This is what this family is. We've got people like Andy Shovel with millions of dollars invested in Virgin Galactic. We've got people with $1 invested in Virgin Galactic. We've got hedge funders. We've got small investors, large investors. We've got people who know all about it, people who know nothing about it. We're all the same. We're all learning, and all the difference is we're at different parts of our journey. Some of us at near the end of the journey. Me and Mike, we're near the end of the journey. Some of us at the beginning of the journey. We're all very different. Don't apologize for not knowing that. 8 and 8 doesn't make 16. 8 and 8 is 8. Makes perfect sense, right? You'll learn, you've just learned something. So don't apologize for learning something and being honest about it, because now we all have learned something as well. We've all learned from each other. There you go. As MSK said, let's see, nothing to worry about. Okay, I'm glad that's sorted out because I was wondering why my percentage was up so much. Yeah, we were all thinking, bloody hell. So which means the last 2 bloody days, I have been winning. I've been winning and losing the competition because Seth's been coming in, taking the prize every bloody night. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, ha. See, Mike, me and Mike, we're at the end of the bloody journey, going around forever. Me and Mike, we've been kicking around this planet Earth for bloody years. I've been doing it for 50, how long have I been doing it? 54 years? Mike's been doing it for 60-something years. Bloody ages. Anyway, I believe Seth Hughes is honest man, unlike Mohammed Khan. Yeah, absolutely. We called him out. He's a right idiot. He tried to. Do you remember? He tried to, get me to say stuff about the stock if he paid me. Anyway, whoopsies. Much love, guys. Really, yeah. Whoopsies. Yeah, you've taken away my glory. I know I've said it's okay, but I'm very upset now. I am. Because I would have won like 20 times the last week, and you took it away from me. So, Seth, don't whoopsies me. End of my journey. I'm 64. Seth, Stephen's going, send to my journey as well. Send to my journey. I tell you what, guys, who wants to meet up? Last year, we all met. In England. Not all of us. In fact, nowhere near all of us. About 25 of us, 30 of us. We met in England last year. Every year, I would like to meet everybody. Who wants to meet up? Who wants to have a weekend meet up in Dallas? We'll go down to Southport. We'll see J.R. Ewing. We'll go and see the oil. Who would like to meet up in Dallas sometime in November? We'll do a hotel in Dallas or whatever, and we'll go out, we'll have a steak, we'll have a beer, we'll drink all night. Anybody like to do that? If you would, just say in the chat. Let's see if we can get the convention, the get together this year sorted out. That'd be brilliant. The end of my journey. Yeah, Mike Buckaroony. I'm up 8% today. 11% yesterday. I'm dreaming. Loving it. Life starts at 67, see? Yeah, you're bloody old, mate. Don't you give me that. 67. Life starts at 60. We said that at 30. We said that at 40. You can't keep saying it. It's like I got my mate George. My mate George, he said he's 82. I said, George, you're old now, aren't you? He says, I'm not old. Don't be so rude. He said, well, what do you mean? In England, we tell everybody they're old, right? This is America. You can't go around telling people they're old. I said, okay, if you're not old at 82, When the heck are you old? At what point is that? Never. What, you're never old? So at 99, you're still young, are you? At what point are you old? You've got to be old at 82. The average life expectancy is about 78. So you're definitely old. You should be dead years ago. Anyway, he wasn't having any of it. He was telling me, sure, I am so thankful to have lived my life and have been through many things financially, and I've learned a lot. Yeah, but you know what, Mike? When you're dead, it don't matter, does it? All the stuff you've learned don't matter. Waste of time, really. In fact, I don't even know why we watch this. Why I do this show. What's the point? What's the point of learning stuff? Don't matter anyway, does it? Really? It doesn't really, does it? If you think about it, all the things you learn, don't matter, does it? You might as well just go through life making mistakes. Just don't care. 162 is so old is around. It's 162. So old is around 340. Yeah, forever young. Crag's saying I'm forever young. Sure. I'm so thankful to have lived. Life starts at 67. Right. Okay. Here we go. Look. So Mike's coming down. Mike's coming down to Dallas. You're going to fly into Dallas, weekend in Dallas, and we'll go out for the night. Yes, if you're an elf. I actually am an elf. Just wanted to say, I actually am an elf. So, I am actually 300 years old. So I just want to say, let's get it right. Okay, I'll go get out of here. In fact, we haven't even got time for day trader of the day. Yes, we have. Day trader of the day. Quick, let's do it. Let's get out of here. Come on. Day trader of the day. I'm up 3.23. Let's see if I can win now, because that flipping Seth Houston, he's been taking it away from me. Up to 3.23%. Right. That's Seth Houston on a Friday night. Ooh. Yeah, my magic carpet's fired up, ready to leave. Yes! Mike is coming to Houston. Yes, but on vacation. 6 more weeks till Christmas. No time to go to Dallas. You can't miss it. He'll come. There's no way he's going to miss it. How can you miss it? How could you miss it? Yes. Right, Tio Roll's coming. He's thinking, am I? 3.23. Up. Oh, bloody hell. Have a nice weekend. Up 4.78. Yes, magic car. I'm ready to leave for Dallas. Yes, but on vacation. 6 vacation. He's on 6 vacations, but he can't make it. 8%. Buckaroony. 3.98. 2.75. Hey! Love it. Seth Houston. 3.75. Now, Man from Earth. And we had the Man from Earth earlier. We played his little audio track, 0.79. There you go. So the winner today is Buckaroony. Congratulations, Buckaroony. You're the winner. Thank you very much. Bloody marvellous. Buckaroony. Give him a big clap. Give him a big cheer. Buckaroony, well done, mate. You are our winner today. We're going to give you that one. Very, very nice indeed. Buckaroony is the winner today. Excellent. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to do roll the credits. So, party tonight. Join me. Eating, drinking, sleeping. That'll come afterwards. There's the party. This video will go straight into it. This is the event. There's already 10 people liked it. Mike's already there, look. He's already said hello. Now, if you're a Virgin Galactic investor, I know most of you are lazy. Most of you won't show up. You always say you're going to. I do a poll, and I say who's going to come, and we get about 40 people say, yeah, we'll come in, and about 20 turn up. It's my ever faithful. They always show up. Well, do you know what? We're going to keep going, and then you're going to miss the party one day, because one day, on our party, the short squeeze is going to happen, and you're going to miss it, and you're not going to be having a drink. I'm up 16%, says Chris Boshoff. Get out of it, Chris. Get out of it. He's bloody. It's always that flipping. I'm in Texas for Christmas. Hey, Zach Zate's coming. Zach Zate, you coming? Great, grats, Buck. Congratulations, Buckaroony. I'm up 1,000,000%. You're all talking rubbish. I'm up 16%. Great work, Buckaroony. Right, that's it. I'm out of here. See you at the party. That's it. Roll the credits. Roll them. Come on, you're running out of time, Martyn. Sort it out. Roll the credits. Here we go. Stars on my show. Thanks for your support. Gene. Well, that was rubbish. This morning, it was brilliant. I guess you can't have it both. You can't have it in the morning and the evening, can you? All right. This morning was brilliant. This morning was a record. This morning was brilliant. This evening, good old Gene. Gene subscribed. Thanks, Gene. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate it. That's it from me. I'll see you on the concert in about 10 minutes. I'll be there. Got to join me. See you back on Monday. Don't forget Sensei on Sunday. Take care of yourselves, your money, your crypto, and each other.